name is Adeyemi. I'm here to take you chemistry this good day. So the topic I would like to take you today is one of the important topic in chemistry, which is organic chemistry. So the first thing I would like to tell you is the meaning of organic chemistry. And when they tell you organic chemistry or organic compound, what do they mean? Are you getting me? Let's start from the definition I'm having here. Organic chemistry is the chemistry of the compound of carbon. I get the center element there must be what? Carbon. Any compound you see that is not having carbon in the composition is not what? Organic compound. But mind you, except simple one like oxide, carbide, and carbonate, we still have another cyano compounds. What do I mean here is the oxide of carbon, CO is oxide of carbon, CO2 is oxide of carbon. You can't tell me this one is what? Organic compound. No, because they are oxide of carbon. But any compound of carbon that is not oxide, that is not carbide. Example of carbide, calcium carbide. This is calcium carbide. This one is having calcium, is also having what? Carbon. But mind you, it is not what? Organic compound. Also, we have what? Carbonate. Take for example, sodium carbonate, Na2CO3. If you notice, this one is also having carbon in its what composition? We have sodium here, we have carbon, and we have oxygen. But mind you, it is not what? It is not also what? Organic compound. But a situation where we have what? C2H4. This one is having just what? Carbon and what? Hydrogen. This is what? A pure organic compound. Mind you, from the definition on the board, organic chemistry is the chemistry of the compound of carbon, except simple ones like what? Oxide. The two common oxide of carbon are what? Carbon monoxide and what? Carbon dioxide. Carbide. Example I've made mention of, we have calcium carbide, we have sodium carbide. Carbide means what? When carbon combined with what? Metals. Are you getting me? And the last one, carbonate. Carbonate means these are the carbonate. Sodium carbonate. If you notice, all this one they have what? Carbon in its composition, but mind you, they are not what? Organic compound. And I've given the example of organic compound when we have what? Carbon and nitrogen, carbon and others element. They are what? Organic compound. But mind you, I made mention of what? Excluding oxide, carbide, carbonate, we have what? Cyano salt. Cyano, SCN. Are you getting me? Carbon and nitrogen form cyano. So let's move on. We have examples of under this hydrocarbon, under this organic chemistry, we have what? Hydrocarbon. Hydrocarbon, from the word hydrocarbon. Hydrocarbon means what? Compound of what? Carbon and hydrogen alone. From the word hydrogen, we get what? Hydro. You notice hydrocarbon. From the word hydrogen, we get hydro. From the word carbon, this is carbon. That is what? Hydrocarbon. Very good. If you want to give a good definition of hydrocarbon, hydrocarbon are compound of hydrogen and carbon alone. That's the simple definition of hydrocarbon. We have different sources of hydrocarbon. Are you getting me? We have the coal, natural gas, and the petroleum. Those are the natural sources of hydrocarbon. You still have others in which you can produce in the industry. That one is what? Artificial. But the natural one, we have the coal, the natural gas, and what? Petroleum. But the most common one that in which what we take this hydrocarbon from is the what? Petroleum. But mind you, before I move on, I would like to tell you that this petroleum is a mixture. Are you getting me? And we all know we separate mixture. We have different methods of separating mixtures. But this one, particular one, petroleum, we use what? Fractional distillation to separate petroleum into what? Into its fraction. Are you getting me? So that's why I write what? Petroleum. Petroleum occurs as a dark viscous. When they tell you dark viscous liquid, this means what? Semi-liquid, not what? Not to something that is viscous. A thick liquid. Are you getting me? Not solid, not liquid, semi-liquid. Let's call it semi-liquid. Are you getting me? In large deposit in certain parts of the world. In fact, in this petroleum, gospel in Nigeria, we see this what? They mine this petroleum as what? A black viscous liquid. So, like I said we have different methods of what? Separating mixtures. Like I said, petroleum is also one example of the mixture. But there is a particular separating technique we use to separate mixture. This is what? Fractional distillation of petroleum. This one, JAMB can ask you specifically. Petroleum fraction can be separated to what? to its fraction by what? Using what? Fractional distillation. And we have different petroleum fraction. We have natural gas. The gas we are using to cook at home is from petroleum. We have petroleum ether. This one is what is used as what? Motor fuel. Then we can call it also gasoline. These two, they are almost the same thing. Petrol, when they make mention of petrol or gasoline, if you are, as a chemistry student, I'm expecting to tell you that what? Gasoline, not petrol. Gasoline is what? More preferable than what? Petrol. Then we have kerosene. The kerosene or paraffin oil. We call it paraffin oil. Then gasoline and diesel oil. This one, they combine it together. We are still coming to that, but let's take it one by one. We have carbon, the numbers of carbon atom. We have a lot of carbon atom, but let's take this one. Take for example, this natural gas. It has carbon atom number 1 to carbon atom number 4 for the alkane group. Take for example, when we have what? CH4. We are still coming to this, but I would like to tell you this is methane, having just only 1 carbon atom and what? 4 hydrogen atom, which is what? 1 to 4. We have 1, we have 2. This is the one for 2. We have 3, and we have what? 4. All these one, they are what? They are natural gas, and the temperature in which they get this is what? 20 degrees Celsius. And the importance of this natural gas is for what? For cooking. Mostly our gas cylinder at home is made up of what? Natural gas, and the gas that is inside this cylinder is 90% methane. We are still coming to that. So that is number 1. Then number 2, petroleum ether. This one is somehow petrol. I would like to combine these two together. Petrol or gasoline. Let's call it gasoline. This one has carbon atom from carbon atom number 5 to 10, in which we have pentane. We have pentane here. We have pentane, hexane, heptane, octane, nonane, and decane. What we use this petrol for is what? For fuel, for motorcycle fuel or motor car, or and so on and so forth. So the 4th one, kerosene, or is either we call it kerosene or paraffin oil. This carbon atom range from what? Carbon atom 12 to 18. This one we have what? Pentadecane, dodecane, and so on and so forth. But temperature range is what? 200 degrees Celsius to 250 degrees Celsius. The raw material for this, the importance of this kerosene is what? Raw material for industry. Are you getting me? Apart from raw material for industry, some engine also use what? Kerosene to propel the engine. So the next one is what? Engine oil or diesel oil. This diesel oil, we have the carbon atom from 18 to 24, and the temperature range is from 250 degree to what? 300 degrees Celsius. Are you getting me? This gas oil or this oil, what we use it for is what? Mostly raw material for cracking process. I'll still come and define cracking. Cracking is what? Gradual breaking down of what? Of a large molecule into what? Small. Cracking and reforming their word and opposite. Are you getting me? So, like I said, the remaining petroleum fractions as we are having is what? Lubricating oil. This one lubricate from the word lubricating. This one, what we use it. Let me start from the numbers of carbon atom. The numbers of carbon atom is above 25. Are you getting me? Then the importance of this one is what? Lubricating part of what? Machine. You all know the meaning of what? Lubrication. Ways of what? Reducing friction. Are you getting me? Then the next one is what? Bitumen. This bitumen, we all know the importance of this bitumen. The temperature range is above 350 to is above 500. Are you getting me? Then this one also has carbon atom 25 above. Then the importance of this bitumen is we can get asphalt from this bitumen. And the main importance for roofing agents. Roofing agents at times we use this bitumen to produce our what? Our roofing sheets, or for paving of road. So we use this bitumen for